Hi, I'm Jenna Kelly with the Green Girl Minute, and I am very excited to be here with Lopa Brunjes from the Biochar company. How are you doing?
Doing really well, thanks. How are you?
Well, let's talk about biochar. What is it?
Biochar is charcoal that's added to soil. It's based on ancient Amazonian practices of adding charcoal to soil over hundreds of years. And about 10 years ago, people started to kind of wake up and be like, whoa, there's a ton of carbon in this soil, and we have a carbon problem. There's too much carbon in the atmosphere, so why don't we put it back in the soil? So you can take waste biomass like fruit pits, nutshells, corn husks, stuff like that, and turn it into charcoal. You can get the energy in the process, so it's also like a biofuel thing. And then you get this charcoal, put it in the soil, and it's amazing for the soil quality. It increases nutrient retention, increases water retention, reduces nutrient leaching, increases crop yields by 15 to 200% depending on original soil qualities, makes your plants nice and shiny and growing, happy, and you're also sequestering carbon in the process.
Wow, it sounds too good to be true.
A lot of times people do say well, there's no such thing as a free lunch. Where's the catch? And there's a lot of catches. There's a lot more science that needs to be done. It's still relatively expensive. It's an early market. The technology's kind of new, but there's a lot of promise here, and it's definitely starting to take off. There's about 150 biochar companies worldwide, so we're not the only one, but we are the biochar company.
And let's talk about the connection to jobs and green jobs and creating and how it applies to carbon and biochar.
Right. So, there's a lot of waste biomass out there. I live in Colorado, and there are about 6 million acres of standing dead trees from the pine beetle epidemic. So this represents a huge job creation opportunity because there's a huge fire risk. We need to get those trees to reduce the risk of fire, to cut down those trees and do something with them. And there's not very many economic opportunities with this standing dead wood. It's not good for lumber. So we can actually go out into the forest and staging areas in the forest and bring the trees down, turn them into biochar. It kind of emulates a forest fire, which is really cool. It's almost like we're mimicking a natural process without the human hazard of the actual forest fire itself. And you can create lots of jobs in the process, bringing down the trees, putting it into biochar, incorporating into the soil, selling and distributing the biochar. I mean, there's massive job creation opportunities there just in Colorado alone.
That sounds like a great solution to that problem. And if people want to learn more about the company, where can they do so?
thebiocharcompany.com.
Perfect. Well, thanks so much for talking to us today, Lopa, and thanks for tuning in to the Green Girl Minute. I'm Jenna Kelly, and I choose green.